What's up, YouTube? It's Deeper Depths, and this is the Deeper Level Podcast. Today, we're going to be doing a breakdown on the new FiyaFly trailer that was just released, trying to see if we can dig deep into what some of the clues may be on this mystery character, who he is, and where he comes from. Listen, before we go any further, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Also, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. Let's jump into it. Okay, so in case you haven't seen that trailer for FiyaFly, here it is. Let's take a look at it and then let's dissect it and break it down piece by piece. Check it out. Since the disappearance of Sifu Jones, I have been lost. But yet somehow trouble has managed to find me. Without a clue as to the whereabouts of my Sifu, I suspected this could have been the doings of his longtime rival and arch enemy. I tracked down Sensei Kanji and challenged him for a duel to the death. After killing him, I knew that one day hirelings of his dojo would come. And today was that day. I can no longer hide who I am. I must find the strength to continue the legacy of Mushu Kung Fu. Since the dragon no longer flies, I am FiyaFly. Dope, dope, dope. Alright, so let's break this down. Okay, so let's get into this. The first thing that I want to point out, this is a mighty handsome young fella. I mean, I'm just saying, not to be biased, but whoever this FiyaFly cat is, yeah, pretty handsome young fella. But nevertheless, let's look at this. The first thing that I want to pay attention to is since the disappearance of Sifu. Now, this particular scene right here, he states since the disappearance of Sifu Jones. Now, I'm not 100%, but if you go back and look at episode 1 of the Deeper Level, please do that now if you have not seen it, because this won't make sense, my theory, unless you've seen that. Now, this is just a theory, but I had a theory on Dragonfly Jones on episode 1 of the Deeper Level. This right here in this particular scene looks a lot like the gear that Dragonfly used to wear, the headband as well as the black belt. Now, of course, FiyaFly doesn't call him that. He calls him Sifu Jones. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but this is just a theory that that's who he's talking about. But of course he calls him Sifu Jones, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But if I had to go with my theory would say that it's probably Dragonfly who trained FiyaFly. I mean, look at the comparison in names. You got Firefly, you got Dragonfly, but anyway, let's keep going. Jones, I have been lost, but yet somehow trouble has managed to find me. Without a clue as to the whereabouts. Like some henchmen are shooting up the car of FiyaFly. He's driving it. Let's keep going. My Sifu. I suspected this could have been the doings of his longtime rival and arch enemy. I tracked down Sensei Kanji and challenged him for a duel to the death. After killing him, I knew that one day hirelings of his dojo would come. Okay, now also you'll notice that FiyaFly states he tracked down Kanji. The way he pronounces that, he enunciates that with a C. Once again, in theory now, I could be 100% wrong, but this Sifu Jones he's talking about, he's thinking that Kanji is responsible for the disappearance of Sifu Jones. In theory, I would think that he's talking about Kenji, who used to be the assistant of Dragonfly Jones, because if you remember, they had a feud with each other and it was always over money. So now, in theory, Dragonfly is off the scene, okay, and he disappears, and FiyaFly, for whatever reason, looks to seek out Kanji, his assistant, first, in my opinion now. But according to this trailer, we're told that FiyaFly tracks down Kanji and kills him. So this got to be a pretty talented young man. I mean, he's got to have some skills here if he tracks Sensei Kanji down and he killed him. Also, another thing that I want you to pay attention to is the hum that is throughout this entire video. Let me play that again so that you catch that hum that I'm talking about. Let me back up. Okay, so just listen.
Without a clue as to the whereabouts of my secret,
hear that hum? It's not really
I suspected
music,
this could have been the doings of his longtime rival and arch enemy. I tracked down Sensei Kanji and challenged him for a duel to the death.
Okay, so let me break that down for you. I did some research, and that hum that we're hearing is in the key of F sharp. Now, why that's significant? Because once again, if FiyaFly is trained hypothetically by Dragonfly Jones, or who he's referring to as Sifu Jones, if he is trained by him, in my first video, also episode 1, where I do my theory, I talk about how Dragonfly was the master of Mushu Kung Fu, and how what unlocks the latent abilities of Dragonfly Jones is the key of D. Okay, so if FiyaFly is his student, this hum that we're hearing throughout the video is recorded in F sharp. So could it be that he also is a master of Mushu because he learned from Dragonfly Jones, and the key that activates his latent abilities is not the key of D, but it's the key of F sharp? Now, once again, this is hypothetical. This is just me talking, but if I had to be a betting man, I would say that somewhere or another it's got to be linked. Let's keep going.
After killing him, I knew that one day hirelings of his dojo would come. And today was that
All right,
day.
so there's some blood running
I can
down
no longer hide who I am. You must find the strength to continue the legacy of Mushu Kung Fu.
Like one of the bullets might have nicked him.
Since the dragon no longer flies,
Okay, now pause right there. Okay, so we can't really get a good full body shot of FiyaFly, but notice now he's wearing the headband. Now, once again, in theory, if I'm correct, this is the same type of headband that Dragonfly Jones used to rock. But again, this is a theory. Of course, he refers to his Sifu, his master, as Sifu Jones. But that headband looks mighty similar, y'all. I'm telling you, I really believe that who he's talking about is the legendary Dragonfly Jones. And I do believe that that man trained FiyaFly. Now, once again, I could be wrong, but it just looks like the signs point that direction. So anyway, but once again, that's just a theory. He calls him Sifu Jones, but nevertheless, he's rocking that headband. So there's got to be some meaning behind that. Let's keep going.
FiyaFly.
All right, and then we see a glowing symbol, obviously of what his signet is that he rocks. So FiyaFly, I mean, y'all listen, this, I'm super excited to see more of this character. Again, we have not had an official reveal of him yet. We don't know his name. We got to find out exactly where he comes from, but just based on this trailer, I'm getting some real good vibes, y'all, about what's going on with this cat. Of course, in the days to come, in the weeks to come, I'll be doing another episode. I also got some information today that while I was recording this video, that we've had a leak that happened online of FiyaFly. Someone has leaked files showing him suited up and what he looks like in his full suit. Because once again, he is an action kung fu hero. So once again, I'll take a look at those photos. I can't wait to open my email and check those out. And so next week, after I see the leak today, I'll be showing y'all the leak of what leaked online of FiyaFly and him in his full outfit. I hadn't seen it, y'all. I'm super excited to open it up. But we'll catch you next time on episode 4 of The Deeper Level. Peace.